Should you turn the key and drive off immediately, or sit idling on your driveway, letting the engine warm up in neutral? The answer you were taught when you passed your driving test might be wearing down your internal engine components 5 times faster than you think. Engine oil is not merely a slippery liquid sitting quietly at the bottom of your sump. It is a highly engineered hydraulic fluid, a primary thermal conductor, a detergent, and the single most critical defense against a catastrophic 5,000-pound engine overhaul. Yet, every single day, millions of motorists across the United Kingdom unknowingly destroy their engines from the inside out through 4 silent, deeply ingrained habits. These mistakes are frequently encouraged by outdated garage myths, misguided online advice, and misleading manufacturer service handbooks. By understanding the tribology of modern synthetic lubricants and implementing a few simple daily habits, you can eliminate critical wear during cold starts, prevent devastating black oil sludge, protect sensitive turbocharger bearings, and double the operational lifespan of your motor. The first destructive habit centers on the cold start idling fallacy. When your car sits parked overnight on a driveway or street in cold British weather, gravity draws the vast majority of engine oil down into the oil sump pan. What remains on the camshaft lobes, cylinder walls, and crankshaft bearings is a microscopic, highly fragile film of lubricant. The moment you turn the key and start a cold engine, metallic components rub together with minimal boundary lubrication until the oil pump pressurizes the main gallery and distributes fluid across the cylinder head. Many British motorists believe the safest routine on a freezing winter morning is to start the engine, switch on the heated windscreen and seat warmers, and let the car idle on the driveway for 10 to 15 minutes while they make a cup of tea inside. In reality, prolonged cold idling causes severe mechanical wear through a process known as fuel washdown. When an engine is cold, the engine control unit overfuels the combustion chambers, operating much like an electronic automatic choke to sustain stable ignition. Because the cylinder walls are cold, this excess atomized petrol cannot vaporize properly and condenses into liquid droplets directly on the metal cylinder bores. At idle, engine speeds are low, usually around 800 to 1,000 revolutions per minute. At these low speeds, variable displacement oil pumps operate at low pressure, and engine temperatures rise painfully slowly. The excess liquid fuel washes away the protective film of oil on the cylinder walls and drips past the piston rings directly into the sump, diluting your engine oil with raw petrol. Diluted oil loses its shear strength, dramatically reducing its load-bearing capacity and causing direct metal-on-metal contact across crankshaft journals and camshaft lobes. Furthermore, idling generates negligible exhaust gas heat, keeping the catalytic converter far below operating temperature and prolonging cold-running friction. In addition, modern piston rings are designed to expand under combustion pressure to seal against the cylinder wall. At low idle pressures, piston ring sealing is poor, allowing unburnt gases to pass freely into the crankcase. The safe, easy solution is remarkably simple. Turn the key, allow 10 to 30 seconds for the oil pressure warning light to extinguish and the primary oil gallery to fully pressurize, and then drive off gently. Keep engine speed under 2,000 to 2,500 revolutions per minute, and avoid heavy accelerator loads until the water and oil temperature gauges reach full operating warmth. Driving under light load warms the engine up to 4 times faster than idling parked, creating optimal combustion pressure that seals the piston rings against the cylinder walls and stops fuel washdown instantly. The second silent error is blindly trusting the 10,000-mile, 12,000-mile, or 2-year service interval printed in your vehicle owner handbook. Relying blindly on these figures is one of the quickest ways to turn a modern precision engine into an oil-burning piece of scrap metal. Automakers print these extended service schedules primarily to lower the advertised cost of ownership for commercial fleet buyers and corporate leasing companies during the first 3 years of a car's life. What they quietly bury in the fine print is the definition of severe driving conditions. Under severe conditions, engine oil breaks down at roughly double the normal rate. Crucially, up to 80% of British drivers actually operate under severe conditions without ever realising it. If your daily routine involves short urban commutes under 5 miles, frequent stop-start city traffic, nursery runs, or idling outside school gates in damp British weather, your engine is operating under severe stress. During short journeys, engine oil never reaches its critical operating temperature window of 90 to 105 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, condensed water vapour, which is a natural byproduct of fuel combustion, and unburnt hydrocarbons remain trapped inside the oil sump. When moisture mixes with blow-by gases and degraded soot particles, it forms a thick, acidic, tar-like substance known as black sludge. This sludge settles in narrow oil galleries, bakes onto piston rings, and eventually blocks the delicate mesh wire of the oil pump pickup strainer. Starved of oil flow, the crankshaft bearings scour, the timing chain stretches from abrasive soot wear, the turbocharger shaft snaps, and the engine seizes without warning, frequently just after the manufacturer warranty expires. Automatic engine stop-start systems exacerbate this issue in city traffic by repeatedly shutting off the engine before oil temperatures stabilise. You can easily prevent this destruction by treating short-trip driving as severe service. Ignore optimistic fleet marketing claims and change your oil and filter every 5,000 to 6,000 miles or every 12 months, whichever comes first. Fresh synthetic oil costs a tiny fraction of a main dealer engine replacement. If you are finding this engineering-focused look into practical car maintenance valuable, please take a quick moment right now to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. By subscribing, you will never miss our practical guides, mechanical breakdowns, and real-world testing designed to keep your car running smoothly while saving you thousands of pounds in unnecessary garage bills. The third silent error is topping up your engine oil without verifying exact manufacturer specification standards. There was a time when buying engine oil meant picking up a bottle labelled 10W40 from the local petrol station and pouring it straight into the filler cap. In modern vehicles, doing this can trigger catastrophic mechanical failures, ruin delicate exhaust after-treatment systems, and even cause timing belts to dissolve inside the engine. Modern lubricants are intricate chemical formulas balanced with anti-wear additives, dispersants, detergents, and viscosity index improvers. The numbers on the front of the container, such as 0W20 or 5W30, only tell you the physical viscosity of the oil at cold winter temperatures and at full operating heat. They tell you absolutely nothing about its chemical additive package or shear stability. Consider 3 distinct engineering systems built into modern cars on UK roads today. First are diesel particulate filters and petrol particulate filters. Modern exhaust filters trap fine soot particles, but standard engine oils contain conventional metallic ash additives, specifically sulfated ash, phosphorus, and sulfur. When an engine naturally consumes a minor amount of oil during operation, standard additives turn into non-combustible metallic ash that permanently blocks the particulate filter, resulting in a £1,500 replacement bill. Modern cars require strict low SAPS, ACEAC-rated lubricants. Second are wet timing belts, also known as belt-in-oil systems. Vehicles featuring timing belts submerged directly in the engine oil bath, such as Ford EcoBoost or Stellantis 1.2 PureTech engines, rely on highly specific chemical formulations. Adding an incorrect oil specification degrades the rubber polymers, causing the belt to swell, delaminate, and shed rubber teeth directly into the sump strainer, leading to total oil starvation and immediate timing belt snapping. Third is low-speed pre-ignition. Downsized, direct injection, turbocharged petrol engines are highly susceptible to low-speed pre-ignition, a violent phenomenon where fuel droplets and oil mist ignite prematurely during low engine speeds under heavy load, creating massive cylinder pressure spikes that shatter pistons and bend connecting rods. Specific oil specifications such as APISP or ILSACGF6 contain precise calcium and magnesium detergent balances specifically designed to suppress low-speed pre-ignition. The safe, easy solution is to never buy oil based on viscosity grade alone. Open your vehicle handbook and locate the exact manufacturer approval code, such as VW504.00, BMW Longlife 04, or Ford WSSM2C950A. Match that exact alphanumeric code on the back of the oil bottle before pouring a single drop into your engine filler neck. The fourth habit comes directly from workshop myths and the popular belief that older engines need thicker oil. Step into many traditional motor repair shops across the United Kingdom and you may hear an old-school mechanic offer advice along these lines. They will tell you that because your car has done over 100,000 miles, the factory 0W20 oil is too thin and that putting 10W40 in it will seal worn piston rings and stop it burning oil. While this advice was perfectly reasonable 30 years ago when engines were machined with wide tolerances, carburetors supplied fuel, and basic mineral oils dominated the market, applying it to a modern precision engine is mechanical suicide. Modern engines are manufactured with micro-machined tolerances. Bearing clearances between the crankshaft journals and bearing shells are often smaller than the width of a human hair. Furthermore, modern engines rely heavily on oil as a hydraulic fluid to drive internal mechanisms. Variable valve timing phasers rely on precise hydraulic oil pressure metered through microscopic solenoid passages. Heavy, viscous oil moves slowly through these passages, causing sluggish valve timing, fault codes, loss of engine power, and severe timing chain slack. Hydraulic lash adjusters also suffer, as thick oil takes significantly longer to fill hydraulic lifters during cold starts, causing prolonged metal-on-metal clatter and premature valve train wear. Additionally, modern engines utilize piston cooling jets that spray oil directly onto the underside of the piston crowns. Thick oil cannot pass through these small nozzles efficiently, leading to overheating pistons, carbon buildup, and cracked piston ringlands. Turbochargers spin at over 240,000 revolutions per minute, floating on a micro-thin film of oil inside bronze bush bearings. Thick oil cannot flow fast enough through small turbocharger feed pipes during cold starts, causing extreme thermal breakdown and sudden bearing seizure. Remember the golden rule of engine lubrication. Oil pressure is not lubrication. Oil flow is lubrication. High oil pressure measured at the oil pump merely indicates resistance to flow. If thick oil cannot pass through tight bearing clearances, components downstream are starved of lubricant regardless of what the pressure gauge reads. Never increase the cold viscosity rating of your oil simply because the engine has accumulated high mileage. If your vehicle burns oil, investigate the root mechanical cause, such as a clogged positive crankcase ventilation valve, worn valve stem seals, or carbon-locked oil control rings, rather than strangling your engine hydraulic systems with thick oil. Protecting your engine does not require complex mechanical expertise or expensive garage tools. By replacing these 4 bad habits with a disciplined daily preventive routine, you guarantee maximum component life, lower fuel consumption, and total reliability. Always follow a strict cold start procedure. Turn the ignition, wait 20 to 30 seconds for full main gallery pressure, and drive off gently under light throttle load without idling parked. Treat short commutes, urban traffic and cold, damp UK weather as severe driving conditions, halving factory service intervals to change your oil and filter every 5,000 to 6,000 miles or 12 months. Always match the exact manufacturer approval specification code on the back of the bottle rather than relying on viscosity numbers alone. Finally, check your dipstick level fortnightly when the engine is warm, parked on flat ground, 10 minutes after switching off the ignition. Pull the dipstick out, wipe it clean with a lint-free cloth, reinsert it fully, and pull it out again to read the level between the minimum and maximum markers. Avoid overfilling, as excess oil gets whipped into a foam by the rotating crankshaft, aerating the oil and destroying its hydraulic lubrication properties. Pay close attention to the fluid appearance and smell. Dark oil in a diesel engine is normal due to soot suspension, but petrol engine oil that turns pitch black rapidly or smells strongly of unburnt fuel indicates severe dilution and requires an immediate oil change to restore film strength. By treating engine oil as the high-precision hydraulic component it truly is, you preserve your car reliability, safeguard its resale value, and avoid catastrophic repair bills. Which oil specification does your car run on, and how often do you realistically change it? Leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.